And she told me that she left because Vince McMahon wanted her to perform oral sex on him in an arena. And not only oral sex, but he wanted to have penetration. And she told me this personally, that she was disgusted and absolutely appalled that this man would approach her for a sexual favor. And that's why she left the WWE.
When you did end up leaving, I was a little confused about the terms of your departure because I know you come out and said that it was completely on your own accord that you left. So is that what happened? You just decided, my year contract is up and...
Yeah, no, that's not... It wasn't on my own accord. They told me we were coming home from Italy or... I can't remember what the trip was, but we did some overseas trip. We're coming home, and they asked me to move to OVW to train. And I was like, yes, I got to go train. Like, I want to go work hard. I was really excited. And then when I got there, I was there for maybe a week, and then I got the call that I was released. And I was heartbroken.
Why, though? Why do you think?
Crushed.
All these years later, you probably have more clarity. Why now? Why? Why were you released, in your opinion?
It's... there's stuff that I'm just don't need to go into, but I have said it before. There are places, I'm a strong woman that lives by my morals. And if you ask me to do something that's not within my morals, I will say no. So once I put that, line down, that's when I got the axe.
Was it one specific incident, or did you say no to a bunch of things, and then you feel like they just got that vibe about you?
It was one specific incident. So
was it sexual?
I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't need to go into details. But
I remember, but that was the time of lingerie matches, and do you know what I mean? Was at least can we say it was
not a wrestling related risque thing. I did Playboy.
Right. Oh. So what?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me specifically, but at least give me an inkling of.
You got me thinking.
Yeah, because what would be the thing
it's
that
just
would
behind the scenes? Politics.
And you said no.
Yes.
To something in politics. Now this is killing me.
Oh God! Fuck. Did I open a can of worms?
Yes, you did.
No, because I've always wondered. Because I have to say, you guys always have a different view of yourselves.
Yeah.
Like Melina Perez is a really good friend of mine, and I remember when I met Melina, I said, Melina, I don't know how you think what the company thinks of you, but as a fan, it seems that they love you. And I felt like that with you because it was Christy Hemme. You were like the new it girl. So that's why I've always been confused how just fast it went because I felt like you were the next big thing.
Well,
as a fan, it seemed like they were pushing you in that way.
I did feel like this when I left. I mean, it really broke my heart, and I was like, what do I do now? I'm so in love with this business,
but it's again going back. Like, I don't want to stay on it because I don't want you to be specific, but it never made sense to me because they were pushing you as the new it girl, and then all of a sudden, poof, and that was just weird.
At the time, did you fight it? Whatever it was, did
no.
you?
Who made the call to you?
Johnny Ace. At the time, because he was head of talent relations. But
how do those calls go? Is it, you know what I mean?
He said,
we love you, but
he said, you've had a great run here, and creative is out of ideas for you or something, or we're just we don't have anything else for you at this time, right? I mean, I knew what I was like, okay. But yeah, it's just a call, right? But I felt, at the time, it was a lot of soul searching of okay, I could just, make a big thing of this. I could make a big thing of this. But what do I want to leave in my own legacy? What do I want people to think of when they hear my name? What's more important to me? And at the time, I wasn't ready for that kind of stuff to come up when you hear my name.
Assistance. She's a very good friend of mine. She's a very, very sweet young lady, despite the fact that she's a Playboy centerfold. She's a very nice, a real good heart. And I was at the Chiller event signing autographs along with the rest of the folks. And I was speaking with, and I asked her how she got along with Vince and everything, how she enjoyed working for the WWE. And she said she enjoyed it very much. The reason, and I said, well, why did you leave? You know, why aren't you still there? And she told me that she left because Vince McMahon wanted her to perform oral sex on him in an arena. And not only oral sex, but he wanted to have penetration with. And she was, of course, disgusted by that Vince McMahon wanted her sexual favors from Miss. That's very disturbing. That's very disturbing. That the owner of this billion-dollar company has such disregard for his employees that he would assume that just because was a Playboy centerfold, that her morals are so low that she would actually agree to have mutual sex in some room in an arena somewhere with Vince McMahon. And so, and she told me this personally, that she was disgusted and absolutely appalled that this man would approach her for a sexual favor. And that's why she left the WWE. And so I just wanted to mention that that was a very appalling problem that she did not appreciate.
How did you wind up with Christy Hemme, and what are your thoughts on her?
I don't know who threw Christy Hemme in with us, and I didn't mind because she was a good piece of eye candy.
Right.
I mean, you know, I felt bad for Christy because she was all excited to be with us. I think she knew where it had the potential to go because she was familiar with the Road Warrior mystique and everything else, and she knew if it got really big, she'd be making some money and stuff. But all of a sudden, one day we're up at the gorilla position, and Vince says, "Get the hell away from those guys. You do not, the Road Warriors do not need a girl." And so we just sit there, looked at each other, and Chrissy went off crying, you know. So I felt kind of bad for her, you know.